Excuse me, miss. Something wrong?
Does it look like something's wrong?
Well, you look kind of upset about something.
Perhaps you don't understand what it's like to be disgraced as a woman. To have people gossip about you and turn from you in disgust day after day.
People can be real unkind, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm Clara. I used to be a nanny for a family here in Blackwater. The father, he was always so charming. And I, fool that I was, fell for him. Mrs. Thornton, his wife, kicked me out on the street as soon as I started showing. Mr. Thornton turned to drink. Not even a farewell. For $1. I have nothing. They will surely take my baby from me. Perhaps you could find the dissolute bastard. Get even a few dollars for me and my baby to find a home. I would be so grateful, sir.
I'll see what I can do. Excuse me. You know a girl named Clara?
What's that? Is she one of the waitresses around here?
No, she was a servant at your house.
The only servant we had was that wee darky girl, Sarah. And she left to join our people up north.
No, she helped raise your children. You and her had an intimacy of sorts.
Look here, laddie. I'm not sure what you're accusing me of. I'm just here to enjoy the tables, not to hear aspersions against my character.
I understand you want to keep this quiet. Just give me a few dollars so she can set up a modest household for her and the child.
You out of your mind, laddie, or are you just a common criminal? The nerve of you! You think you can blackmail me or insult me over this piffle? You, outside, no!
Hey, Clara.
Hello, mister.
Got you some money.
Oh, you are very kind, very kind. And how's Harold? How's my Harold?
Didn't go so well.
Well,
I'm afraid he's dead.
dead?
Unfortunately so.
I must go to his grave.
Afraid I don't know where that is.
Oh, he'll be buried in the cemetery in the family plot. If I hurry, I can make it to his funeral.
Hello, ma'am.
Oh,
My condolences.
oh, my dear Harold, I can't believe he's gone. I knew his frequenting that gambling boat would be the death of him. The death of him. Oh, Harold Thornton, I miss you.
I see.
I heard that Doc Trollop Clara laughing at the funeral. I can't understand how strangers can be so cruel. The world is a sad and terrible place. God preserve his soul.
I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am. Take care.
You, a scum who can become as angels if you just put down the booze. We are campaigning in Congress. We will save this nation from itself. In the land of liberty, men should be free to live soberly without fear that the perils of drink may overcome them. Do you like what you hear, sir?
Not particularly. You'll take away our last freedoms, friend. Freedom to forget about our troubles.
You don't have troubles, friend. You have all the joys of heaven here on earth if you just put down the bottle.
You don't know me so well, friend. If you did, you'd know how moronic that sounds.
I, Abner Forsyth, am not afraid to be called moronic, sir.
That I don't doubt. Good day, sir.
Oh, it shall be, sir. When we live temperately alongside one another, you are doomed! Doomed!
Hey, mister. I heard about you.
Sure you did.
You that boy killed Bill Williamson over in Mexico.
No, got me mistaken, partner.
I ain't. The boy told me all about you as soon as you come to town.
Town? That's what you call this? What's wrong with cesspit?
You know, I saw you talking to that Abner Forsyth.
Who?
The temperance movement man. Man trying to put me in a poorhouse.
Oh, yeah. Interesting fella.
He's Jeremiah Somerset's pawn. The industrialist wants the state to outlaw public consumption of liquor so as he can make a fortune selling personal gin stills. Leave bar owners like me begging in the street.
Ah, my heart bleeds for the three of you. I just can't figure out which one I dislike the most.
You kill Abner Forsyth, I'd do right by you.
Need to find yourself someone else.
Kill him.
A sin! A sin! A sin, I tell you!
Hey there, Abner.
Good to see you, my friend. Decided to join me and recant the evils of the bottle?
Keep wishing, friend. You better move on soon. Fellas around here want you dead.
Oh. I guess the path of God will lead me elsewhere in this benighted kingdom. Thank you for sparing the life of a poor servant. Kindly take this.
Take care of yourself, Abner.
Hey, mister, I want to talk to you.
What is it?
I heard you tipped off Abner Forsyth after I told you to kill him. Now he'll be spreading his nonsense all over the territory.
I ain't here to do your dirty work.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can forget about drowning your sorrows anywhere around here. Round here, it's gonna be double the going rate for you.
So be it.
What a pleasant surprise, Mr. Marston. An informant just told us some interesting news. Our mutual friend, Mr. Vanderlyn, is about to pay call on his bank manager. What do you say to having a little financial discussion with the fella? This way.
Let's get up on the roof. We'll have a clear shot at them from there. That door is the only way in and out of the building, so cover it tight. Do you see those horses to the left by the building across the street? Dutch's boys hitched them there. They'll have to run that way to make their escape. Don't start shooting until they're out in the open. If we spook them, they might retreat back and hole up inside. Don't shoot till I give you the signal.
Oh, it's nice to see you, John.
Hello, Dutch.
How's Abigail?
Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while.
'Cause you've been chasing me?
Let the woman go, Dutch.
Of course. Of course. How's your little boy?
He ain't so little now.
No, he must be what? 15? 16? Doesn't time fly?
Don't adjust. It's over, man.
Of course. Of course. I surrendered, John. You're the master now.
I've been my master since you left me to die.
We all make mistakes, John. I never claimed to be a saint, but equally, I never took you for an errand boy.
Just trying to help my family, Dutch. By making compromises, we all have to. Now let her go. It's over.
You want the girl, John? Huh? You always were the romantic sort. You know, gentlemen, this man here, oh, he married a whore. Used to ride with us. We all had her. Oh, but he married her. And you know that makes him a better man than us. He's a better man. Have the girl, John.
Easy, Dutch.
She's a parting gift from me.
Oh! God damn!
Where's Dutch, Marston?
He got away.
Scared to shoot him? Too much to handle?
When the opportunity presents itself, I'll put a bullet in him, don't you worry. Won't like myself for doing it, but I'll do it.
Ah, good man, good man. You know, at the end of this, you'll probably get a medal. I know I shall. What do you want, Marston?
My family. I've done what you asked.
No, you haven't. This is the land of opportunity, and I gave you the opportunity to save your family, and you failed. How could I possibly reward you?
Marston, you're a public menace. We should have had you killed.
I wish you had. But since you didn't, where's my family?
Oh, spare me the noble savage fall on the sword tripe, will you, old boy? It's nauseating. You don't wish to be dead. You're an insignificant creature desperately clinging on to life like the rest of the scum in this town. Yeah, I know, it's tough. You like Dutch. He's a charming fellow. He makes sense. He's like one of those nature writers from back east. Only he takes things a tiny little step too far. Rather than just loving the flowers and the animals and the harmony between man and beast, he shoots people in the head for money and disagreeing with them.
He's a goddamn killer.
Now, I'm not a great intellect, but the metaphysical leap from admiring the flower to shooting a man in the head because he doesn't like the flower is a leap too far. So, I know it's easy. You see, me and Archer, we're the bad guys. We enforce the rules. Now, while the rules may not be perfect, they're really not so bad.
Exactly. What's the alternative?
Yeah. See, I'll tell you what the alternative is. It's not complicated. It's about one man and his gun versus another man. Sure, civilization may be dull, but the alternative, Mr. Marston, is hell.
And the way you enforce this civilization, this freedom for men to like or not like flowers, or whatever in God's name you were just talking about, is to kidnap a man's wife and son?
Well, I know there's contradictions. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, as I said, I'm not a great intellect. Now, after the debacle with the army and the bank, we have to put Mr. Vanderlyn to rest ourselves. Will you help us?
Do I have any choice?
Now that you mention it, no.
Then what was that pretty speech in aid of?
I don't rightly know, but it sure felt good saying it.
Shall we, Mr. Marston?
Let's go. Well, Mr. Marston, it seems like your mentor Dutch no longer looks quite so kindly to his student.
That man is insane.
So it seems.
I think we need to get him before sundown.
As you say, Captain. Otherwise, he'll be gone again.
And what if I say no?
Now, before I shoot you myself, let me just point out the obvious. The one person we have left that can appeal to Mr. Vanderlyn is the last person we know who knows him. Your wife.
That won't be necessary. Mr. Ross, Captain, let's go.
You, blow that gate open. Move, soldier.
Go! Get down!
Forward! Move in!
You tend to your wounded. I gotta face Dutch alone.
Looks like it's me and you, John. You should have stayed at home. Working for the government, John? After all I taught you, I'm ashamed.
I don't have a choice.
There's always a choice. You're just too blind to see.
They got my family.
Your family? Abigail was any man's wife, John. And Jack, he's another whore's son. Just like you. God, son of a bitch! God damn it! You'll never take me alive, John. It's over, John.
I ain't leaving here without you.
You're just like me, John. You can't change who you are. You can't erase the past, John. Killing me, it won't make it go away. Hello again, John.
Hello, Dutch.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John.
You always got a plan, Dutch.
This is a good one.
I don't doubt it.
We can't always fight nature, John. We can't fight change. Can't fight gravity. We can't fight nothing. My whole life, all I ever did was fight.
Then give up, Dutch.
But I can't give up, neither. I can't fight my own nature. That's a paradox, John. You see?
Then I have to shoot you.
When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages.
That's their business.
Our time has passed, John.
So at the end, you didn't have the guts to shoot him.
The man's dead, Ross.
Sure. Can I see your gun? Oh, trust me. It looks better in the report that way.
Where's my family?
Your wife was killed in a prison riot last week. So, I'm only joking, dear boy. They were sent back to that Scrabble ranch of yours in Beecher's Hope. They're quite safe and sound.
They better be.
Thank you, Mr. Marston, for everything. I know this wasn't easy for you, but I have to say, you've done your country proud.
Yeah, exactly. See you around, John. Try to stay out of trouble. Come on, Archer. Let's go find somebody else we can annoy.
Abigail! Jack! Anyone here? Anyone home? Oh, darling. I never thought I'd see this day again.
You no-good hillbilly piece of shit! I thought you was dead! I thought you was dead, John, huh? Where you been? Where you been?
You know where I've been, darling. You know.
You saw Dutch, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw him.
And Bill?
Yeah, I saw him too.
And you didn't go back to him?
I left that life. Just as you left yours. How'd they treat you?
Oh, I can take care of myself, John. One guard got funny on me one time, but I wasn't so ladylike and he didn't try it again. Nor no one else.
How's the boy?
Oh, like you. And like me. Well, he's like a kid growing up without a father.
That ain't fair.
What is fair?
Well, some trees flourish, others die. Some cattle grow strong, others are taken by wolves. Some men are born rich enough and dumb enough to enjoy their lives. Ain't nothing fair, you know that.
We tried to change. I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do?
We did change. And it's over now. Jack! Jack, come here, boy.
Hello, sir.
Come here. How you been?
Coyotes ate all the chickens and poachers took the cattle. I tried, Father. I tried.
I know you did, son. I know.
And don't you go blaming me, boy. Don't you go blaming me.
I ain't blaming no one, old man, but since you're still alive, there's 4 mouths to feed. And no cattle.
That's a nice way to greet somebody. Why don't I get the warm and tender embrace?
Consider the fact I ain't put a bullet in your embrace, old man. You were supposed to look after the place.
I did. Well, I did my best. Thing is, there was too many of them. I thought you was dead. I wasn't drinking.
Hold your excuses until you figured out which one to use. Jack, go get your bags packed, boy. We got work to do. We leave in the morning. Go on.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going?
Well, it's getting kind of dark now, but in the morning we've got to go get ourselves some more cattle. I've got friends at McFarland's ranch. It's over in Hittigan's Stead who can sell us some. Now, Abigail, I hope you learned to cook.
Yes. Didn't I say, rather than some prison, they actually kept me incarcerated in a cooking school for young ladies.
feeling, Jack?
I'm feeling fine, sir.
We got a decent ride ahead of us.
I've never been to Hennigan's Stead. How do you know these ranchers?
I met them while I was away. The McFarlands are good people. We need folks we can trust right now.
Met them how?
I was sick and they looked after me.
Sick how?
You sure got a lot of questions.
I don't often get a chance to ask them. Was it a gentleman's complaint? What do they call it? The morning drip?
Good God, boy, no! Where do you learn these things?
Uncle told me about it.
Well, he'd know, the dirty old fool. No, I just got weak for a while. Acted foolishly, got in trouble. Guess I was a little out of practice. Let's go.
Hey, Pa!
What?
Where were you all that time? Where'd you go?
What'd your mother tell you?
She said it was some kind of important government business.
That's about right. Some people thought I owed them some favors.
Why did they take us away?
They thought it wasn't safe for you here by yourself. Those men harm you?
Oh, no, they're okay. Some of them even told me stories. I think I'd like to be a government man one day. Or a politician.
I'd rather you chose an honest profession.
Like you mean?
I know I ain't been the best father, Jack. I made some bad choices. But all that life, it's over now. Come on, easy up now.
John Marston. Now, there's a face I thought I'd never see again. Some of our public servants in Blackwater sent you back on another homicidal errand to protect and save us from Lord only knows what.
Thankfully not, sir. I was hoping you might still be able to sell me some cattle.
My boy, it would be a pleasure. Bonnie's out to corral now. She'll be more than happy to help you.
Good Lord, do my eyes deceive me? A devil walks among us.
I said I'd be back when this was all over, Miss McFarland. After the barn fire, you remember?
Of course I remember. I just didn't believe a word of it. So, you've come for some cattle?
Yeah, I'm finally starting up my farm again. Or trying to, at least.
You'll be fine. You've been taught well. Come on, then. Looks like you got him under control. I best get back to Pa.
Nice to see you again, Miss McFarland. And thanks for everything.
Call me Bonnie, you don't.
Jack, we need to move him across the river. Did a good job, son. Nice shooting.
Thanks, Pa.
Make a rancher of you yet. What's the book, boy?
Nothing, sir.
What's it about?
Well, it's an adventure, sir. Set out in the West, and it tells this amazing story of how people killed the savage Redskins, and how this brave man, hunts the man who killed his father.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Talking of adventure, how'd you like to learn to track elk? Really big ones in the valley this time of year. We could use the meat.
Well,
I know you'd rather read your adventures. Trust me, this can be very enjoyable in its own way. I suppose maybe it's a little less dramatic. So, let's go, come on. You may get to see me get gored by some massive wild beast. Then you can write a story about that.
Very funny, Pa. I've forgotten how funny you was.
Grab your things.
Oh, Pa, that was so much fun! I can't rightly believe it. Just like in the books.
We'll do it again soon. Now get to your chores. You're tensing up.
I'm not.
You are. Your back's tense and it's making the rifle jump. You're holding it wrong. Here, let me show you.
I don't need you to show me, Pa.
I guess not.
You'll show me and you'll just run off again or something. It's better I teach myself.
I ain't going nowhere.
Whatever you say, Pa.
Don't be like that.
Sorry.
Wolf's been after the herd. Gotta get out there and scare them off. You wanna come with me? Safer with two.
Okay.
You're turned into a decent hunter, son. But try to stay out of trouble.
John! John!
What is it, old man?
It's Jack. The kid. The kid. Well, I just saw him out in the valley. Seems your tales of hunting got the better of him. He said he was going up to the pass, track down that grizzly that's been seen up there.
Kid can't hunt a grizzly. Thing will eat him alive.
I know. I tried to stop him.
But you're worthless as a lawyer at a lynch. Damn you, old man. This is my son. Anything happens to him, you'll wish it was you that bear attacked.
Paul, help me! I'm hurt!
Jack, stay down! What the hell were you thinking going off on your own? You're just a boy.
No, I'm not! I can skin an elk, break horses.
Come on, let's get you home.
I'm sorry I made you worry, Paul.
Don't be too eager to grow up, son. Ain't as much fun as it looks. When you're ready to hunt bears, I'll take you. What you cooking?
Same thing I've been cooking the past 15 years with the hope of poisoning you.
Ain't working so well.
Not yet.
Be honest, though. Tastes bad enough to kill a man.
I never was much of a cook, but I did try to be a good wife.
And you have been.
Given what we was and what we came from, I think we've gone and done okay. I look at Jack. I look at him and I think we've been blessed. Maybe he can be something more.
He's a good kid. He can be whatever he wants to be. He ain't gonna be no frontier gunslinger killing and running no gang, though. That way's over. Railroads and government and motor cars and everything gone and done away with all that.
And he ain't gonna marry no orphaned working girl running with a bunch of hucksters, neither.
If he meets one like you, I hope he'll marry her.
Stop. For an illiterate gunslinger, you sure know how to make a girl blush. God damn crows! John! You have got to go deal with them. They've broken into the silo again and are eating all the corn out from it.
Of course, my angel.
Wait, get out of there.
All right, all right.
Go on. Scat. Shh. John, we got a telegram from some lady friend of yours, a Bonnie something or other. Something you ain't telling me?
Bonnie McFarland. She's a friend. Saved my life when I went after Bill and nearly got myself killed again.
Oh, now you two's in the habit of sending each other letters. How very nice.
It weren't nothing like that. What's it say?
I don't know. I can't. Well, you know I can't read.
Give it here.
You read that thing out loud.
I ain't hiding nothing. Dear Mr. Marston, stop. Need corn sacks. Stop. Emergency. Stop. Weevils and moths ate entire county supply. Stop. Can you help? Not exactly the most romantic request now, is it?
I guess not. She saved your life, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you're gonna have to help her and her family out. We've got a plentiful supply of corn sacks over near the silo. About the one thing Uncle didn't manage to have stolen while we was gone.
Okay.
Hurry back, John. And John, what's she like?
You know, a little bit like you, I guess. She's a woman in a man's world.
John, wait! Maybe I should meet this McFarlane woman. Well, come on then. Let's get going. I don't think I can let you go off again without me.
Fair enough. I'm glad of the company. You only had to ask.
Ask? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I thought you'd want to keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, while you were off cavorting with cowgirls in the next county? I don't think so, John Marston. You only just got home. That Jack has seen enough of me for a lifetime. So, she married this Pawnee McFarlane.
No.
What does she look like?
I don't know. Pretty normal, I suppose.
Normal? What? Normal like me?
No. Normal as in 2 eyes, mouth, nose, that kind of normal. Besides, ain't no woman fine as you.
A little flattery. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging.
Another pearl of wisdom from John Marston. I sure do miss those.
I never took you for the jealous type, Abigail.
I ain't jealous so much as curious.
You heard what she wrote. It's just some corn. She saved my life, and she was decent enough to me, so I owe her this much at least.
You came. Thank you so much. We lost the entire harvest.
Miss McFarlane, I'd like you to meet my wife, Abigail.
Oh, ain't you quite the gentleman all of a sudden? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Marston.
Likewise. Thank you for saving my husband's life. And for teaching the miserable goat some manners, among other things.
I didn't teach him anything. I know better than to try to change a man. You should meet my father.
Oh, people can change, Miss McFarlane. John and I have to believe that more than anybody.
This is a decent first harvest for you, John. You should be proud. That's good land you got there.
How are you feeling, Mrs. Marston? From what your husband told me, it must have been awful for you.
I've been through worse, and I knew he'd be back before too long. He can't cook a meal to save his life.
Abigail, in my darkest hours, when I was most homesick, just the thought of one of your rat meat stews kept me pushing forward.
Well, about as amusing as a weeping saddle sore, ain't he, Miss McFarlane? If you're gonna start yammering about women's work, John, I'd say you might be in the wrong company.
I'd say so, too.
I never felt so outnumbered.
Ma'am?
So that was the famous Bonnie.
That was her, all right.
She's pretty.
She's normal, like I said.
Well, you always wanted to be a rancher. I'd have thought she'd be just your thing. The perfect rancher's wife, if I ever saw one.
I already got a rancher's wife.
I'm only teasing. I like her, and I'm glad she saved your life. Most of the time, anyway.
The McFarlanes are good people.
She did blush redder than a shepherd's sunset when she saw you, though.
I have that effect on women.
You've clearly had one too many blows to the head.
You ain't wrong about that, Mrs. Marston. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Paul.
Need a hand with that?
No, sir, I got it.
Looks like you have. You know, you're real good with them tools.
Thank you, Paul.
You'll make this land real nice one day. Me and your mother will do our part. By the time your turn comes, hell, this could be the nicest farm in the county.
Maybe, Paul.
Just gotta learn to shoot straight or you'll get yourself eaten by some animal.
Very funny, Paul.
Thank you, son. Soon it'll be quail season. We should have some fun then.
Is there anything you don't like shooting, Paul?
Well, I ain't met the thing yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know. You can even put it in one of them books you read.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Today, John Marston stopped shooting.
Now, I ain't no literary man, but I don't think that'll sell. People like shooting in them things.
I think you may be right there, Paul.
So, you ever hear talk about them machines that can make a man fly?
Well, sure, Paul. Everybody knows about that. You know they're gonna be bringing one of those machines around the country next year for a demonstration? One of them machines can turn men into angels.
One of them machines can turn men into angels.
John, come here. John, come here, quick. Take a look at that.
Jack, go into the house, lock all the doors. Whatever happens, don't come outside. You hear me? Whatever happens.
Okay.
Come here, son. Whatever happens, keep the doors locked and your mother inside. Promise me, son. Promise me.
Who is it, Paul?
It's just some old friends. Me and Uncle take care of it. Now you go inside and you keep the doors and the windows locked.
I hear you.
Then run!
Yeah, run, boy.
Well, old man, looks like things is about to get settled once and for all.
So it seems.
What are we gonna do now?
What's wrong? What's happened?
Stay inside, you hear? Like I said, there'll be more coming.
Uncle, are you all right?
Damn it! I'm hit.
Hang in there, Uncle! I'm gonna get you out of here safe!
Ain't time, John. I ain't gonna make it off this porch anyhow. You take Jack and Abby. Take them and don't worry about me. Just get him out of here.
No! Uncle, please! Oh my God! They killed him!
Come on, son! Ain't nothing we can do for him now! We're leaving the farm. I'll watch from the silo. You two go to the barn, get the horses ready.
John!
I'll meet you there. Hey, come on. Now listen, Jack, darling, get on this horse. Get out of here. Go find a place to hide.
You're coming with us, Paul.
I'll catch up. You keep riding and don't look back. And don't be worrying about me, you hear? Now get going.
You stay out of trouble, John.
Ain't no trouble, Abigail. Ain't no trouble. I love you.
I love you.
Now go! Get!
No.
Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie where the coyotes wail and the wind blows free. And when I die, don't bury me 'neath the western sky on the lone prairie.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello, young man.
Hi.
What are you doing out here? Are you out visiting the lake with your family?
No, ma'am. I was looking to deliver a letter to Edgar Ross.
Oh, that husband of mine. That bureau just won't get its talons out of him, even though he's retired. Edgar gave them some of the best years of his life. They ought to let him retire in peace. They'll not rest till they've killed him with worry, and he's such a sensitive man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't get so angry. I don't suppose any of this is your fault. There's no need to worry about him nowadays.
Well, where is he?
He and his brother Philip went hunting on the south side of the San Luis River. Be careful crossing over. They were saying it was dangerous.
I sure will, ma'am. And don't worry about a thing. I'm sure your husband will be just fine. Hey there, mister. How's the hunting?
Oh, pretty good, son. Got me a few rabbits, coyote, elk. Still looking for some trophies for the parlor.
I've got a letter here for Edgar Ross. You know him? I heard he was down in these parts with his wife.
Wish I know him. He's my brother. Gone down river, duck hunt. Must be a pretty important letter to have come all this way.
Oh, yes, sir. Real important. I'll be on my way home as soon as I deliver this message.
You best be off then. Just don't get on his bad side. He's got a filthy temper.
Excuse me. You Edgar Ross?
Do I know you?
Forgive me for startling you, sir. But I have a message for you. My name is Jack Marston. You knew my father.
I see. I remember your father.
I've come for you, Ross.
And you, boy, have sure as shit found me.
You killed my father.
Your father killed himself with the life he lived.
You killed him. I saw you.
You keep saying that.
You sent him to do your dirty work. Then you shot him like a dog.
And I'll shoot you like one too, you little piece of trash. Now get out of here before I kill you as well.
I ain't going nowhere, old man.